Lupung. I'm 30 years old. So basically I work for the Global Child for around 10 years. And right now I'm in charge in different departments for the whole organizations. So basically I run the business here. So Chorigo is part of the social enterprise of the Global Child, 100% go back to the projects. And besides that, I also handle finance and administrations, logistics, and also some kind of HR, and take care some kind of paperwork. Anything related to the school besides education and social works, all come to me. So Chorigo, basically we first opened around 2007. So Chorigo first concept was different from Chorigo right now. Before it was Chorigo for American like slang, it means Cho it means coffee to go. So the first idea was like coffee stand only. So we opened in late 2007 in Siem Reap, and I was the first person to come to open here. So the idea just to give like real cafe from like Italian style to offer for tourists in a large cups to take away. But we only do business at a time around 1 year, a little bit. Somewhere close by here, the building is very close here, like 2 buildings away from here now. And unfortunately the landlord bring the building back. So we kind of stopped about a year. And then later on we found another location in 2009. So we decided to make Chorigo into bigger scale, so we convert the rest. It's kind of cafe, more food, something like that. So the next one we opened here around late 2009. So we opened as like little restaurant. At that time, there's 2 business here. Upstairs here is a boutique. So we sell some kind of souvenir and also clothes and women accessory to all tourists. So it been here like quite a while. So what we update ourselves into like a bigger size, and we been develop ourselves into the menu and stuff like that. So as I said before, here all the profit is going back to the organizations, and the main mission here we hope that in the future we don't want to rely on the fund 100%. So we hope like we're gonna generate like enough profit to run our own project by our own self. It's like sustainable project for the Cambodian projects. Like I said before, the first idea that it was a group of one founder from the Global Child, and they have some kind of idea with a few other founders based in the state. So our organization basically like registered in the state 501c. So they have some kind of idea that why don't we make some kind of business while we do the project in Cambodia, because like I told you, they want like in the future they don't want to rely on the fund 100% because it's really hard to ask for donation, and also looking for fund, and we are small. And our people that work in our team, we don't hire anybody to write a grant. So people that work, the board of director, the CEO, so they have to go and find fund by themselves, so it's difficult. And also they love the project here. So the thing probably is better idea to start a small business first and see how it goes. So hopefully those money would come back to support some kind of projects. So if we successfully in the future, if we can expand the size, hopefully we're going to generate 100% of the profit here to support the project that we've been running right now. Basically it's on education part for the Global Child. Yes. Well, because here it's surrounded by so many restaurants, as you can see. It's a tourist area, and restaurant like opening up like every day is new. So much challenge over here. And plus, when I came from like the background, I don't have experience in food and beverage. So I run a restaurant. So in the meantime, I also have to learn myself, to explore like who is my competitor around here, what they offer for the products to the customer, what would they want, and also the customer here are tourists, mostly European and American, it's not Asian. So for us, different than Cambodian, even though I've been working for Rwanda for a long time, sometimes I still don't know like what they would like what their real taste is. So that's quite a challenge for that in terms of markets, location as well, because we're not very onto the main block of the pub street, and also regarding to costing, something like that as well. But the main problem is about location, because in around this area it tend to be like when it first opened, in like this area is less well known, even though we're very close by to pub street. A lot of people would know like where pub street is. But for us, I'm kind of like quite distracted from that place. And like I told you before, like in terms of food and beverage, I also have some kind of help with the volunteer from the state, like a long-term volunteer. They have a little bit with the menu, and meanwhile I have to discover myself to train the chef, and also I have to be in charge to train the front-end manager to update the drink and stuff like that. So that's quite a lot of challenge for us until now. So but but we try to learn so far. Yeah. It's for me it's very challenging because I don't work for one place. I work for I don't just come here and work. I have to take care of like many places. I think I take care basically 5 places every day. So for here it's an opportunity for me to express myself that I don't have anything like to do with FB at all. I've learned, I developed quite a lot over here, the menu, the service and the standard of the food and drinks. I'm so be careful with that. So I think it's a part of my achievement, but I don't say it's 100% it come from me. It's also like the staff as well. So it's kind of freedom for this one, because you can put your idea into this as long as it works. But I have to be careful with this one as well. So like I said, a part of that, I take care of like many different fields, like HR, finance. I have to take care of paperwork with the government, and I go out and see people like on like in terms of business and some NGO as well. So it's like a free. I have a lot of freedom to do things. I can work any hours as long as I complete the job. So that's what I like the most. And also by the time, because I'm Cambodian, I don't have a lot of money to give like donation to my Cambodian people. So I can work for those Cambodian students that in the future they will like run the country. So that's a part of the motivation I'm here, and what I can give is I try to do all my best. I'm honest to this organization, because every month I have not quite a lot of money. I don't want to be dishonest with this place, and also in terms of my country and with amount of the student that been in the organization. So that's those part that I have been working here for 10 years. Yeah. I think my advice that I have learned so far, if the NGO and want to run a business, please make sure that put themselves as like a real business, because it's really important. Even though NGO would have you a part of internal marketing, but for people right now, there's so many different kind of like different kind of client tourists coming here. There's more like competition in Siem Reap. It grows so fast in the last 2 years. International business coming in, so there's a lot of competition. So you have to think so strong as a business, as a real business. So you have to make sure you have like good marketing plan, and also you have to do some kind of research of internal products. What you're gonna sell, and also what your competitor will be, and also what client would looking for in terms of product as well. And beside that, you have to think carefully about costing, because I graduated from finance banking. So here we've been working, develop ourselves like every month in terms of finance. So it's really important to determine the cost of goods sold for each piece, because there's so much inflation, and also the stuff you have to pay them more, the rent, everything costs a lot of money, the tax and everything like that. So it's really important to do those kind of work and choose the right suppliers, because some supplier would make your cost so different, and also they would offer you like not good product, or the price way too high, something like that. So those factors, it's really important. And if your client will be tourist, so I don't suggest to work with Cambodian team only. So it would be great to have some kind of expat help, as a volunteering team, work together, because they will give you a great idea sometimes. So you have to work together to get, in order to achieve who your main client is.